Mark goes to the movies. Mark goes to the movies. Mark goes to the movies. Long kick shout. Mark goes to the movies. Mark goes to the movies. Mark goes to the movies. Mark goes to the movies.
Hey, welcome to Mark Goes to the Movies. Haven't recorded in a couple days, and I'm so self-conscious about this audio. I'm gonna give Scott a producer credit because I think he's the only one that gives feedback, and it usually is how crazy the audio is, what's going on with it. I'm going through Chat GPT right now, and we're gonna figure out why it's is what it is. There was one, I think it was one of the CinemaCon days where the lisp on the S sounded terrible. I think it's gotten better since I have a stick now that holds up the same distance as the microphone so it doesn't move. Just gotta keep the microphone in the same place. This is this one we're gonna talk about The Mummy. Lee Cronin's The Mummy, not Brendan Fraser's The Mummy. Oh, see, I'm already moving. We're going to take this wedding cake THC gummy. It is strain specific live resin. Specific and Pacific are two words I can't say. They're 20 milligram THCs. The only problem that I have with these is that sometimes it's I either get too sleepy. That's the worst one, and I just get knocked out. The other one is actually a good one where you feel more relaxed and excited, and you're good to go. These are these are online too. I didn't go to. I forgot where I put the other ones at. I think they're hiding somewhere. I have some orange ones. This says the strains of wedding cake live resin. Let's see. Let's see what the back says. Our award-winning live resin gummies delivers a potent 10 milligram of THC per gummy for a premium dispensary strength experience. Crafted for purity and potency, each gummy offers a distinct, enjoyable effect, ensuring both a new and seasoned enthusiast can find the perfect match. As always, our gummies are subject to rigorous third-party lab testing to guarantee consistent and high-quality dose every time. Uh, Begin with half a gummy. You're a first-time user. I am not. I have used them before. All right, well, fuck it. Let's just do it. Right? I don't like the smell. I don't like the taste of gummies. If you hear the clacking, that's Max is on the floor. So I figured out one of the list problems, one of the audio problems, is that it's the background noise. So the Riverside, the app I use, apparently it's the only app you can record on. They it's a what's what you call it? It's a does a lot of funny stuff it's not supposed to do, like removing background noise. When it removes background noise, it kind of messes with the audio. Oh man, not great. Ugh. Can't be the only one that doesn't like the taste of those. I think it's just like it tastes like this tastes like weed. It tastes like how weed smells. Ugh. Well, we'll find out now, won't we? All right, so we'll get into the actual review now. Wait, we should look up and see what it does. Let's see what kind of gummies these are. Wedding cake THC gummy. Let's see. Indica, known for relaxing, calming effect, often featuring tart, creamy vanilla. That did not taste like a wedding cake at all. It tasted very much like orange and raspberry. Wedding cake and upper or downer. Improving mood or easing symptoms of depression. It's uplifting. Well, that should be fun. I'm gonna try to knock out. What the hell are you eating, dude? I'm gonna try and knock out a bunch of episodes because we're gonna miss our 100 episode mark. There's just too many. I can't do 20 episodes between now and Wednesday. It's insane. But I did watch a movie. I did watch Lee Cronin's The Mummy. If you're here for that review, it'll be here soon. So it was the halfway to Halloween. Halfway to Halloween special at AMC theaters. I got there. They it was funny because they didn't turn the projector on. They didn't turn it on. Like there's a good number. Not was a good number of people. There's probably like 15 to 16 people there. Right, I'm sitting in my same spot at B8, so I don't know. Can't see behind me, but I'm sitting in watching Lee Cronin's The Mummy. Halfway to Halloween. The guys are I guess the guys in Blumhouse. So Jason Blum, it's Lee Cronin, the guy that directed it, and James Wan, who's now I guess part of all this stuff now. He they introduced some stuff on there. What was it? The one Insidious, which is funny. They didn't play the trailer, but they just did some behind the scene photos. But the trailer's out for Insidious. There was the back rooms. There was like a commercial for that, but it was like a commercial. I guess the guy that works, the guy that's seen in the back rooms. I forget what his name is. He's been in some pretty good. He's in 12 Years a Slave as the guy he's from. He is just him doing a mock commercial. Then the real winner was God. They did Evil. I think it's Evil Dead Burn. There's two of them coming out. There's Evil Dead Burn and Evil Dead Rise. They're coming out this year and next year. Whatever one is coming out this year, the other one comes out next year. The guy that directed Evil Dead Rise. Wait, what? So Evil Dead Burn is this year. Evil Dead Wrath. Sorry, they keep fucking this Evil Dead number them, number your movies. All right, tired of this shit. Evil Dead Wrath comes out next year. Evil Dead Burn comes out this year, I believe. Well, maybe it's the other way around. I don't know. But Lee Cronin is the guy that directed Evil Dead Rise. He is the guy that's directing The Mummy. He could not direct Evil Dead Burn, so he's because he's directing The Mummy. He is producing Evil Dead, the new Evil Dead movies. It's funny because he's only done like he did Evil Dead Rise, which was a HBO Max movie that was supposed to go direct to streaming, and so it was a little lower budget. But because it tested so well, and HBO is not about that anymore, they're like, "Hey man, we're gonna need to put your movie in theaters." And for a while, they didn't want to do it because I guess it takes money to put movies in theaters. But it did good enough, and then I guess now they're going with Evil Dead movies. This movie, The Mummy, should have just been called Evil Dead: The Mummy, because that's all it is. It's just an Evil Dead movie. It's a better Evil Dead movie than Evil Dead Rise, I think. The thing is, Evil Dead Burns trailer came out, and that's all everyone's talking about now in this with this movie, because it looks freaking ridiculous. Like it looks like a million times better than any Evil Dead movie besides maybe the remake that came out. Although not a remake, they're not remakes. They're the Evil Dead whatever year that was 2012, 2012, not 2012, 2012. That see my mic is slipping. See, god damn it. Yeah. So this one it was just Evil Dead, but the Mummy. Technically not a mummy. My only my only actual complaint about this movie is the fact that it's 133 minutes long, over 2 hours. We don't do 2 hour horror movies. We don't like 2 hour movies in general, but 2 hour horror movies, you could cut that shit down, dude. You could have made some subplots just disappear. This one is, I'm not gonna go to the cities. Maybe it's a little bit of a spoiler. Maybe, I don't know. I thought it was the parents were dumb in this one. But it's a horror movie, so of course they're gonna be dumb. This one, these people are in Egypt. Basically, it starts off with this. The I don't know what it is. There's a sarcophagus in the middle of nowhere, and it has like that's where the mummy is, right? The mummy gets loose, or it's about ready to be loose, and so they need a host to like take the place of the old mummy, so the spirit can stay rested and not uh get out. Well, they get this little girl and they kidnap her, and the little girl, I don't know how old these kids are. My kids were not nothing like these kids when they were that age. They're a little smaller. And so yeah, they kidnap the little girl and then disappear. And then like it's weird how he works in Egypt. Like like he's a reporter for Egypt. And then yeah, I'm not gonna but there were some pretty gross scenes. It's a pretty boring first half of the movie. Like the first hour really kind of sucks. It's a little girl disappears. Apparently, they have another girl, and like as your typical parents that lost a child before, they don't let the other kids do anything. She has a brother too when she disappears. So they have three kids. One turns into technically a mummy. Technically, she's a mummy, not in a literal sense. They wrap her in cloth. Um, Again, if I tell you more, it's gonna spoil it. But there was some there's really gross scenes. The grandma's funny. They go back to Albuquerque, and yeah, the grandma was kind of funny. I enjoyed her character, especially what happens to her at the end. Like there was some gross stuff in here, but not too gross. Like you go back to the Evil Dead remake, or not remake. God damn it, the Evil Dead 2012. See, number your fucking movies, and people will know what you're talking about. If you go to the Evil Dead movie, I think there was a lot of gross stuff in there. The raining of blood and all that stuff, the cutting the stuff. This is really gross stuff, right? You're gonna get that with Evil Dead. I didn't really see that with Evil Dead Rises too much, besides the cheese grater scene. But I mean, this one was again, and you're going right back into it because the Mummy is not Evil Dead. And yeah, the grandma stuff was hilarious. That's not regular, but cool, I guess. Uh, See, I can't spoil it. I don't want to spoil it. I want it to do well. It's going to have a hard time because people are still seeing Super Mario in theaters. They're still seeing Project Hail Mary. Those two movies are just as good as this one. I enjoyed it, but I enjoyed it more than Faces of Death, I would say. Uh, the thing is, they love this child that turned into a mummy way too much. Like, any of my kids get kidnapped and they come back 8 years later and they're like, "You gotta take her home and she'll draw back her memory." Like, nah, man, I'm good. Just put it in a home. I'm not touching it. Like, I've moved on. 8 years, I'm done. I moved on. Maybe it's me, but these guys, this kid was beating the shit out of grandma. There was all this stuff going on, the supernatural things, and they're like, "Hey, she has to stay here because we're a family." Immediately, as soon as anything odd starts happening, I'm putting you in a home. You're going into a you're going into a home that's not my home. And yeah, it's kind of crazy. They lots of gore. They're in New Mexico at a fair where Albuquerque was. Ugh. At a fair where Albuquerque, it's Albuquerque, New Mexico, right? Is that where it is? God, I hope this audio turns out. Again, this is like a bunch of podcasts all screwed up. I don't think he hasn't given me any feedback on the other ones, but uh, yeah, the last one I was like, God damn it, guys, what the fuck are we doing here? Why are we doing this? I gotta do a CinemaCon episode. And yeah, so thought it was a good movie. It was really enjoyable. Like there were some theories I've had in the movie. I was like, I bet that was gonna happen. I'll say this: they technically she is a mummy in the sense that they wrapped her in cloth, and then also you find out they wrapped her in spells. The woman at the end, she looked really goofy. Like I guess they aged. Obviously, they years, so she still grew. She was still alive, I guess. But like, yeah, her face was all messed up and everything, and like it was just like a weird head. Like, hey, and then also like I don't know, she's never going back to normal. And then it just kept going. There's a bunch of subplots about an Egyptian officer. A lot of it is subtitles. Some of it's subtitles. I don't say a lot of it's subtitles, but there's some subplots and subtitles that could have been cut. Could have made it easier. The dad, like the dad was like I don't know. He's the guy from Midsummer, so that's all I saw. Was the guy from Midsummer. And I think it's gonna do well. They're saying $15 million. The guy's already producing the next. Again, I think if they didn't show the Evil Dead trailer, would hear a lot more about it. But everyone's going crazy about the Evil Dead trailer, and it's not his fault. I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's enjoyable. It's worth a watch. You know what else is worth a watch? Undertone just came out on digital. You can watch it in your home and terrify yourself. And I recommend you do that. I recommend you go watch Undertone. That is the one I really enjoyed. Um, I guess I can spill some news. Podcast is officially moving to its own room. We're gonna just get a new setup. Almost went a little Buck Lawson there for a minute. We're gonna get into a new setup. It's gonna look. I'm pretty excited. It's gonna look pretty nice. I'm uh I'm interested in what it's gonna look like because I have ideas of what it's gonna look like, but making it all go together is gonna be a little tough. Got to do a lot of work to the room first. We gotta paint it for one. The holes all over it and everything. So we patch the holes today, and then once the holes get patched, we're gonna move this couch into that room and the chair into that room. I have a desk that's going to go into that room so I can edit and have a more comfortable place to edit and do all my computer work. And then and yeah, we're gonna move. Macari is selling stuff. If you don't know, I have stuff on Macari. It's you can sell stuff with original commercials on there, the DVD stuff. So that's doing real. All that money is going to purchasing power, paying it off, so we could stop getting charged an arm and a leg every paycheck. And yeah, it's this room that I'm now will be a completely dedicated to movies, meaning it's gonna get another. God, it's gonna get. I want to say. I think I can get 4 shelves in here, 4 more shelves, so another 2,000 movies. I won't have to worry about running out of room for a very long time, and that's pretty exciting. I'm very excited for that to get that finished, and the actual place where I watch TV will go out to the old living room because the arcades are going into the new room too. So pretty excited. Things are pretty nice. This is the joy of having a 3 bedroom house to yourself now, and getting used to that. Ghosts, I am more susceptible to ghosts now. Ghosts are they recognize, hey, he lives by himself. Ghosts could come after me. So that is the one thing on my mind that maybe worries me a little bit. And again, as long as I stay in the room past 3 a.m., I'm good. So we'll see. But hey guys, it's the Mummy. Check it out. Again, it's not a spoiler review because I don't want to spoil it for you. I know some people still haven't watched it. Uh, but it's kind of as better than Evil Dead Rise, I would say. It's a little more gross. It's just a little long. Just more subplots that didn't need to be there. But I think the guy is a pretty good director. He's doing well for himself. So check it out if you have time. Michael Jackson's movie comes out next weekend, so check it out before then. I think the Michael movie is gonna be. I heard really good things about it. I hope it's pretty good. Well, I'd say my favorite movie this year is Undertone, and then I would go with Super Mario, and then Project Hail Mary. As those three order, they're all in theaters right now. Well, Undertone's not. Evil Dead. Oh, sorry, not Evil Dead. The Mummy. I would say is. I would say it was on par with Scream 7. The worst movie by far is Faces of Death, and that's not a completely terrible movie. It's just it was really dumb. The main character was dumb. I didn't like it at all. I didn't like her at all, I guess. But the movie it had funny parts in it. The bad guy was the best part of the movie, and that's not what it's supposed to. I guess it can be, but like yeah, the main character sucked. But that's my time, guys. We're gonna go into another episode, so please keep watching. Hopefully the audio is good. Producer Scott's gonna check it out at some point, I'm sure. And just keep watching movies, guys.